What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be saying these exact words right now. JB, why are we discussing future Call of Duty games at this very moment? You know, we're in Black Ops 6, we're only 3 seasons deep. You know, why is this even happening? But you guys know, if you've been following Call of Duty for a while now, you know that every single time a COD game drops, it's only a matter of time, right? Months, that's all it's going to take until brand new information is going to be dropping for the next game. And as a channel that, you know, always loves to discuss Call of Duty, you best believe I'm going to be on each and every one of these details. And we have heard some information from the Ghost of Hope over on Twitter that kind of sparked an idea in my head about Infinity Ward and how they're going to be handling the future and also handling their own reputation. As a lot of us already know, Infinity Ward is definitely not in the best of spots here. After Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 2022, they're I don't want to say they're struggling, but they are struggling when it comes down to, you know, having a relationship with their community. It's even gotten to the point where even Activision is coming out and stating that Modern Warfare 3 is everything that Modern Warfare 2 2022 is not. When the publisher is throwing you under the bus, then you know, a lot of people are probably not happy with the changes that this development team has been doing to Call of Duty as a whole. But again, like I said, I saw a post by the Ghost of Hope over on Twitter, and it kind of made me think a little bit about how they might be handling themselves. As you can see right here, exclusive, Modern Warfare 4 2026 currently does not have Omni Movement. Unclear if things will evolve on this front as we get closer to the next year. Worth remembering that it was leaked a while ago that Modern Warfare 4 had the same movement mechanics as this year's game, which is Black Ops 7, but seems like it's no longer true. And again, yes, for anybody who doesn't know that, for a while now, a lot of people, including myself, have been thinking that Modern Warfare 4 was going to have, once again, Omni Movement, and it was going to have wall running tagged on top of it. Now, with more leaks and information, it seems that Black Ops 7 is indeed heading in that direction, but it seems that Infinity Ward might have put their foot on the brakes here, and they're laying off when it comes to the Omni Movement within their game. And it has me thinking just a tad bit. I know, Infinity Ward has a lot to do to regain their reputation. But how interesting would it be if Infinity Ward actually did take the steps to bringing us a more classic style COD game? Now, hear me out here. Again, I know this is going to be very unpopular, but seriously, Infinity Ward seems to be trying to tap into that gameplay, whereas Sledgehammer and also, Treyarch have been slowly pushing away. Now, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the newer pacing of COD, like Modern Warfare 3 2023, for example. I think that was a great in-between pacing of classic and new-gen Call of Duty. And Black Ops 7 is just stupidly fast, but I still enjoy it. I have a good time playing it, It still makes me happy enough, especially if you can work around the skill-based matchmaking with partying up with a bunch of people as well, trying to navigate through those trenches. But when it comes to Infinity Ward, it seems like they always tried their hardest to bring us back to the roots of COD. But there were always little things in their games that kind of ruined their chances completely. Instead of just sticking to an arcade feel, they always had to bring a heavy milsim mentality when it came to the foundations of their games. Modern Warfare 2019, for example, you could tell that they were trying to slow it down a bit, but the biggest thing was the slide canceling mechanic, which again started off as an exploit. This was never intentional. The slide was supposed to be basic, and if it was never a slide canceling mechanic, the movement in that game would have been way more slow, toned back. But because the community found out how to exploit that, it became a lot more fast-paced, But that game, it was supposed to be more slow. The sound, like seriously, I've gone back and played a lot of the previous games. There is no Call of Duty game that has a sound engine as good as Modern Warfare 2019. But that is a blessing and also a curse. It's great that it sounds so good, but the curse is that the footstep audio is absurd. That game, like I said, yeah, you could work around it, but it was supposed to be a lot more slower and tactical. Sounds were going to be a lot more relevant. You weren't even supposed to have dead silence. They turned it into a field upgrade, which was also paired with how Warzone was going to be handled. But it slowed down the game pretty heavily. And I don't think people were kind of mixed about it. But then Modern Warfare 2 2022 came out, and this is where I truly believe that they wanted to give us a OG classic style Call of Duty game. This was the point in time that I said, okay, yeah, I see the direction they're trying to head, But ladies and gentlemen, their ego still got in the way of delivering on a actual classic feeling Call of Duty game. They just couldn't nail it, you know? Like things like the perk system being slowly introduced throughout the game. That was I'm sorry, that could have been patched at any time. But the only thing Infinity Ward wanted to do was quicken up the pace that you earn the perks. Like, it was so bad. And on top of that, the worst part of Modern Warfare 2 2022, in my opinion, was the attachments. I loved the movement. I said it many times before, and I will die on this hill. Modern Warfare 2 2022 tried to capture classic Call of Duty gameplay. The slide was completely useless. Dolphin diving, irrelevant. I mean, you couldn't do anything with it. The only thing that you basically did in Modern Warfare 2 2022 was sprint, and you had one B-hop, and you could also drop shot. Literally what classic Call of Duty is. That's all you could do back in the day. You could B-hop once, you could drop shot, and you're sprinting around. That's it. It was literally exactly what a lot of people have been asking for. But again, it got weighed down by other problems, aka the attachment system. It turned Modern Warfare 2 2022 into a game where you literally had to be ADS walking around every single corner, every single situation, and you couldn't really move like you could in Classic COD, where you can run around and have fun and still feel like you can maneuver and then, pull your gun up and be on target at a quick pace, because at the end of the day, Call of Duty is still a fast-paced shooter. It's like they wanted to say, okay, they found a way to exploit slide canceling. We still want that traditional Call of Duty game, so we're going to dumb it back more so it is traditional, but we are still having a hard head, a ego, and we're going to milsim the living hell out of this game to make sure that it's still not an arcade experience. So this is where we are current date, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving on closely to Modern Warfare 4. We're getting news that they are actually planning on ditching the Omni Movement system, which to me personally is making me think they might potentially go back to a classic feeling COD, unless they take the Modern Warfare 3 route. If they take the Modern Warfare 3 route, then it is what it is. But if I'm going to be real with you, I would not mind, not having a limited sprint, no sliding around, stuff like that. I like classic COD. I love classic COD. I would not hate that. But they would have to drop the egos. And that's where we currently are right now. I don't know if they would. I think they still have a vision for Call of Duty where they want to see their audience, walking around like it's a match of Rainbow Six Siege or Escape from Tarkov. And that is not going to work. But let's say that they do drop the egos and they give us a game that has that classic style movement, but with an arcade flow. This is where we also have another problem, and this is where I also came up with the title that they are about to piss off the Call of Duty community, because it's the truth. Every game that we return back to a traditional format, people don't like the pacing. And I don't want to hear that in Modern Warfare 2 2022, I mean, some of you guys do, actually enjoy the old school feel of the movement without the movement tech. And you understood that it was the attachment system. But all year long with Modern Warfare 2 2022, all I heard was there's no slide canceling. This is so slow and boring. That's all you hear. Same thing with World War II. You remember when World War II dropped and people were just absolutely losing their minds that they couldn't sprint 24/7 and they actually had to wait to regain stamina to sprint again? I mean, like I said, this is classic COD, ladies and gentlemen. I don't mind it, but I feel like we are moving away from those days. So even if they were to build something like that, the community would probably have an absolute fit. And they would find ways to say that it's probably too slow, even if they do decide to not make the attachments weigh down your weapons. And it's just literally as simple as a sprint and one B-hop, and that's it, and a drop shot, of course. People would say that it's not quick enough. They want that slide canceling back. They want the B-hop spam. I mean, like I said, that's Call of Duty. At the end of the day, from what I've noticed from this franchise, that's Call of Duty. Every single time a development team changes something around, everybody complains about it. Then they change everything around again to please the ones who weren't happy. And again, now everybody starts complaining again. And then they change it around to please everybody who wasn't happy. And then, it happens again. There's always going to be negatives. And the way that I know this is, like I said, with Modern Warfare 2 2022, people weren't criticizing the right things, right? It wasn't the attachments. It wasn't those things weighing it down and Infinity Ward being too egotistical to change them. No, it was the movement system itself. not having enough freedom in movement annoyed people. And that's how I know that if we, saw a return, yeah, I feel like a lot of people would be happy, the OGs, but I think that as Call of Duty evolves, and especially as Warzone continuously increases and brings more players in, I think people have just changed mentality on what Call of Duty is, what it's supposed to feel like. Honestly, it hit with the jetpack era. Right when that era ended, everything shifted. All the mentality. I mean, I couldn't even believe my eyes that, when we got non-unlimited sprinting back in World War II, people were angry with it. It's only been 3 COD games since the last game that we saw with a non-unlimited sprint. You're telling me that it's been that long? It was 3 years, but it shifted so quickly. I don't know if we'll ever be able to see that come back, and if Infinity Ward actually grows the balls to do such a thing, and of course, like I said, not be egotistical about it and form something decent, I think the community will be up in arms. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, go down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about all this information. Do you like Omni Movement? Do you hate Omni Movement? Are you happy that Infinity Ward is planning on not bringing it into the game? And also, do you think Infinity Ward can even make a good COD game to begin with? Or do you think that their ego is still going to get in front of everything that they're designing? And they're going to ruin the experience because they don't want to prioritize the community whatsoever. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 morning Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, got a link to the channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.